if you read the title, yeah, it happened. So I was coming back from Ellensburg, Washington, where my college house is, and coming up the pass, and some guy in some little piece of crap Toyota Camry just decided to swerve on into me and take off like a rocket. So my perfect first gen is not perfect no more. Here's the damage. You can see there was a big scratch right there. I buffed it out a little. It's not too bad. There's definitely some big dents right there. There was some old Bondo right there. I made it look a little better since it originally happened. I think I'll be able to get it out pretty good. But so if you don't know the truck, I've had it for since last December. It's probably like 6 months or something like that. Here it is. It's a 91 Dodge W250, 4x, 5-speed, 12 valve, intercooled. Sweet truck. But the paint was never that good. I think someone single staged it before and they just did a really shitty job. Like it looked good and people are always like, that thing painted, and then you look like closer and you're like, oh wow, that thing looks like shithole. So it needs some paint. And I bought the truck originally because I was like, I came up on Facebook Marketplace one morning and I was like, oh, good deal, gotta message this guy, and ended up driving 15 hours to buy the truck. And I got it for a good deal, and I originally planned on just selling it right pretty soon after. And then I kind of liked it, kept it, and now I'm at the point where I gotta paint it if I ever want to sell it. So you can see it's starting to crack in a few spots. Like I already did a test patch right there, that's what that is. But it's starting to crack, so it needs some love. So went to Napa the other day, spent some serious coin, and got all the shit. So the paint code is PW7. It's pretty like your standard white that the truck's gonna be. I went with that just because the truck's already white, so it's gonna be way easier. I've never painted a full truck before, so this will definitely be interesting, but I've always wanted to, and now's the time. So I'm gonna be stripping the truck down today, taking a lot of stuff off of it, starting to sand it, getting it ready, and then I'm gonna put it on my flatbed and go to my other house in Ellensburg, where we're gonna turn my college house into a paint booth. So, or college garage into a paint booth. So stay tuned for that. Let's go. All right, making some good progress. Got the whole front end off. Can keep those lights in. Those are out. The doors are completely stripped. These are kind of a bitch to get apart, I'm not gonna lie. But they're all apart, so I can get them all painted. Gonna paint all in here. Got all the weather stripping out. So those are done. Rear end's all apart. Lights are out. Bumpers are off. I'm probably gonna leave this in because bed linered over the bolts. And this is the only metal work I gotta do that's split out right there. It's kind of gnarly. I don't know who did it, but it was like that when I bought it. But I put a 4x4 back here and a pry bar. This is where I got hit. Popped it out quite a bit, so I don't think I have to put too much Bondo in there. But yeah, so now it's time to start sanding this thing. And I'll probably get a good amount of sanding done, and then I'll throw it on the trailer and take it to Ellensburg. Let's go. All right, time to get this thing loaded, head to my other house in Ellensburg. I'm gonna finish out the paint job. I already started sanding it down quite a bit. Got all the trim off, everything, front end. The doors are completely stripped. Made good headway. I'm gonna throw her on the flatbed and head to Ellensburg. Spend my whole week getting her done. All right, we're here in Ellensburg. The truck has made it. It was quite the journey over. So I started sanding on it back home and I brought it over here. And here it is. So I've already got it down to like 150 grit. Had to pick a bunch of loose Bondo there. So we had to fix it. There's a crack right there. There's a big old hole right there. Welded it all up. This guy right over here. Even New York City got more. So there's still a lot of sanding to go. We're about to go ham on it, right, Declan?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it needs it really bad. So I haven't touched the hood of the roof yet. Everything else has been started on. It's pretty rough. But apparently this truck used to be like a state forestry truck or something. I don't know. And then they painted it white really shittily. But yeah, so we're gonna go to town, see how it looks.
These 4 rooms, brightened iron and withered fumes. Far below these sinful means, gold has flown through loosened streams.
Alright, she's all done. This is about a month later from when I actually painted the truck. I did a pretty shitty job of taking a video while we were painting. My roommate Declan helped me out a ton on it, which was awesome because he was in there mixing and prepping while I was in here spraying. So here it is. If you saw from the video, it actually laid down really nice and I'm really happy with it. I'm polishing some valve covers and painting them up right now. But it turned out pretty freaking good. So we ended up priming where it was needed, and we laid down color at like 9:30 on one night, and had this one spot that got a little weird, ended up saying let's stop. Second night we so it was super hot during the day. It was about 105 during the day, so it got super hot in this garage, and I realized that the flash point would be too fast, so we ended up spraying the truck at like, we started at like 2:30 or 3 in the morning. So it was a good like 85 in here, and I had it all taped up. I wetted the floor, nice and clean in here. There were a couple bugs that got on it. It was all in the clear though, so I'll be able to wet sand it out. And I have not wet sanded the truck yet. I'm going to do that very shortly, probably this weekend actually. So it'll get even shinier, but it turned out, I'm really stoked how it turned out. For my first full paint job, not bad. And you can see the dent basically doesn't even exist anymore. All that Bondo, well not all that, it wasn't that much, but where the weld was, I bonded over that, took care of all that. It looks tits. The roll pan turned out really nice too. So I'm really stoked with it. Good coat of clear, so I'm gonna wet sand it. It'll get nice and shiny, but it's all back together now. I don't know if you've seen the interior. I got my wood grain, it's all blacked out. Looks beautiful, new carpet, new boots, new stereo, everything works. It looks freaking sweet in there. But yeah, so I'm really happy with it for my first paint job in a garage. We had a vacuum going in here to pump out some of the air. We had a 27-gallon air compressor, and I used a Husky gun from Home Depot. Like nothing crazy here. It was all Napa paint. It was about 500 bucks for all the paint. So not too bad. You can do it. I really wanted to do it because I want to paint trucks on a molder, or not for a living, but I want to have that ability, and I want to have a paint shop someday. And this is a good start. And I'm not keeping the truck. If I was keeping it, I probably would have spent even more time. I probably spent about 40 hours just prepping it. But I do plan on selling the truck shortly, so it was a good chance for me to try it out, see how good I could do, and I learned so much from it. It was 100% worth it. It was a lot of work, but I'm really happy how it turned out, and I know some guys are gonna be stoked because this is cleaner than just about. It's one of the cleanest first gens out there for sure. It's straight as hell. It's really straight. So stay updated. I'm probably going to get a few more things done, and it'll be for sale shortly. But I've been doing a ton to the truck, just making it, just driving it around, working out all the flaws. I'm gonna throw some more parts at it pretty soon, and it'll be for sale. But yeah, so if you're looking to paint your truck at home, I would do it. I've painted a few things before, like single stage, like a jet ski, and like little parts, but never two stage that big. So it was a little scary going into it, but I got the spray down good. I only had one run in the clear. It's a little spot, but I can buff it out no problem. So yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. So there you go.